The Lost Astronaut. A signal is received from an astronaut who disappeared in space decades ago. The message is only 2 words. They're here. In the hushed confines of a dimly lit conference room at NASA's headquarters, a palpable sense of anticipation mingled with the recycled air. On this day, August 16, 2023, a gathering of the world's most esteemed astrophysicists, journalists, and government officials convened for an announcement that promised to rewrite history. At the heart of this convocation was a mystery that had lingered in the shadows of space exploration for over 4 decades, the enigmatic disappearance of Lieutenant Colonel Robert Harrison, an astronaut who had ventured into the cosmos never to return. Robert Harrison, a name etched in the annals of space exploration, was a man of extraordinary intellect and unquenchable curiosity. His journey into the unknown commenced on June 13, 1981, aboard the spacecraft Odyssey. It was a mission hailed for its ambition, a solo expedition designed to push the boundaries of human reach in space. The world watched with bated breath as Harrison, cloaked in the optimism of the space age, embarked on a journey beyond the stars. As the screen at the front of the conference room flickered to life, a montage of black and white images cascaded across it. There was Harrison, a portrait of resolve and bravery, his eyes alight with dreams of uncharted galaxies. The footage shifted to the Odyssey, a marvel of engineering, disappearing into the velvet expanse of space, a tiny speck against the vast cosmic canvas. For weeks, Harrison relayed data and observations back to Earth, his voice a constant companion to those in mission control. His descriptions of celestial phenomena, rendered in poetic detail, captivated listeners worldwide. But then, on July 10, 1981, as the Odyssey skirted the fringes of known space, something unprecedented occurred. Harrison's transmissions, once crisp and clear, became laced with static. His final message, uttered with a mixture of awe and trepidation, resonated through the control room. Approaching anomaly. Moments later, the communication link shattered into silence. The search for Harrison and the Odyssey became one of the most extensive in space exploration history. Teams scoured the cosmos, sifting through the static for a sign, a signal, anything that might shed light on his fate. But as weeks turned into months, and months into years, hope dwindled. The enigma of Harrison's disappearance transformed into a legend, a spectral tale whispered in the corridors of NASA. For 42 years, the case remained an unresolved symphony, its final notes suspended in the vacuum of space. Harrison was posthumously honored, remembered as a pioneer who had paid the ultimate price for human advancement. The Odyssey, once a symbol of humanity's relentless pursuit of knowledge, became a ghost ship adrift in the cosmic sea. The presentation ended, plunging the room into reflective silence. The audience, a mosaic of faces illuminated by the glow of the screen, awaited the revelation that had brought them there. The air was electric, charged with the weight of impending history. As the lead scientist stepped onto the podium, the hush deepened. "Ladies and gentlemen," she began, her voice steady yet tinged with wonder, "we have received a transmission, a signal from the long-lost Odyssey." The room erupted into a cacophony of gasps and murmurs. The impossible had occurred. After decades, the silent void had spoken, and with it, the legend of Lieutenant Colonel Robert Harrison was about to be reborn. Hey, quick reminder. Don't forget to subscribe and like for more videos. Under the vast star-studded canvas of the Oklahoma night, in a small cluttered backyard shed, amateur radio operator Jim Walters was engaged in his nightly ritual. Surrounded by a labyrinth of wires, antennas, and blinking consoles, Jim's world was a symphony of frequencies, a haven where he connected with distant voices riding on the airwaves. It was here, amidst this electronic jungle, that the extraordinary pierced the veil of the ordinary. On the evening of August 16, 2023, Jim was tuning into his equipment, seeking the familiar chatter of distant ham operators. The radio, an antique yet trusty device, crackled with life. But as the clock struck midnight, a strange anomaly cut through the static. A faint, distorted signal, unlike any Jim had encountered in his decades of amateur radio. It was a looped sequence of sounds, barely perceptible, yet unmistakably human. Intrigued, Jim adjusted his dials, honing in on the frequency. The signal grew clearer, revealing itself to be a voice, repeating the same 2 words with eerie consistency. "They're here." The voice, laced with an inexplicable familiarity, sent a shiver down Jim's spine. He recorded the transmission, playing it over and over, trying to decipher its origin. The following day, Jim took the recording to the local university's astronomy department. The experts were baffled. The signal's properties didn't match any known terrestrial source. It was as if the voice had traveled a great distance, across the vastness of space. News of the mysterious signal spread like wildfire. Soon, NASA's top scientists and engineers were involved, their interest piqued by the peculiar nature of the transmission. They cross-referenced the signal with their databases, and the revelation was startling. The voice matched the voice print of Lieutenant Colonel Robert Harrison, the astronaut lost in space over 40 years ago. The recording was scrutinized, analyzed, and authenticated. There was no doubt. It was Harrison's voice, untouched by the passage of time, echoing from the depths of space. But how? The Odyssey was presumed lost, its trajectory leading into the unknown. The repeating message, "They're here," was cryptic, a puzzle wrapped in an enigma. As the news of the signal reached the public, a wave of excitement and speculation swept across the globe. Theories abounded, ranging from the plausible to the fantastical. Had Harrison encountered an alien civilization? Was this a distress call, or a message of discovery? NASA convened an emergency meeting, assembling a team of the finest minds in astrophysics, communication, and space exploration. Among them was Dr. Sarah Nguyen, renowned for her work in deep space communication. She was tasked with leading the investigation into the signal, a challenge that would take her on a journey beyond the realms of known science. As Dr. Nguyen delved into the archives, unearthing old files and long-forgotten interviews with Harrison's colleagues and family, a picture began to emerge. Harrison, it was revealed, had been fixated on an anomaly he'd detected during his mission, something he believed was profoundly significant. The Odyssey's last known trajectory was recalculated, revealing a path that had skirted the edge of a poorly understood region of space. It was here, Dr. Nguyen hypothesized, that Harrison had encountered something extraordinary, something that had the potential to change humanity's understanding of the universe. The signal, a voice from the void, had opened a door to the unknown. And now, NASA, led by Dr. Nguyen, stood on the threshold, ready to step into the mystery that lay beyond. The world watched, holding its breath, as a new chapter in human history was about to be written. The investigation, spearheaded by Dr. Sarah Nguyen, a woman whose life had been a mosaic of celestial wonders and cosmic enigmas, was a venture into uncharted territories. Her office at NASA became the nucleus of this unprecedented inquiry, walls plastered with star maps and diagrams, each a testament to humanity's relentless pursuit of the unknown. In this sanctum of science, Dr. Nguyen, with her team of astrophysicists and engineers, began to unravel a 4-decade-old mystery that had haunted the annals of space exploration. Sarah's first step was to immerse herself in the past, to tread the ghostly echoes of the Odyssey mission. She pored over dusty files and archival footage, seeking to understand Robert Harrison's mind and mission. Interviews with Harrison's colleagues, now aged and retired, painted a portrait of a man driven by an insatiable quest for knowledge. A pioneer who gazed at the stars and saw not just light, but possibilities. Harrison's personal logs, long stored in NASA's vaults, were a revelation. His words, etched onto yellowing pages, spoke of a strange anomaly he had detected in the periphery of the solar system. It was an irregularity in spacetime, a fluctuation that defied known physics. Harrison's logs grew increasingly speculative, his entries laced with a sense of wonder and an unshakable conviction that he was on the brink of a monumental discovery. As Dr. Nguyen delved deeper, she uncovered buried telemetry data from the Odyssey. The spacecraft's final transmissions painted a surreal picture, unusual energy readings, inexplicable shifts in trajectory, and then a sudden plunge into silence. The Odyssey had ventured close to the anomaly, only to vanish like a ship swallowed by an oceanic abyss. The signal, "They're here," looped endlessly in Sarah's mind as she pieced together Harrison's final journey. The words were a beacon, calling her to the depths of space, to the heart of the mystery. What were they? Was Harrison referring to an alien presence, a cosmic phenomenon, or something else entirely? Sarah's investigation took a dramatic turn when she consulted with Dr. Emil Lang, a theoretical physicist known for his work on wormholes and interstellar travel. Dr. Lang proposed a startling hypothesis. What if the anomaly Harrison encountered was a gateway, a passage through spacetime that could bridge distant realms of the universe? This theory, while speculative, offered a tantalizing possibility. If Harrison had indeed crossed such a threshold, it could explain the signal's origin and the apparent lack of aging in his voice. It was a hypothesis that defied conventional understanding, but in the realm of space, the conventional often gave way to the extraordinary. Armed with this new perspective, Dr. Nguyen presented her findings to NASA's upper echelons. The decision was made. They would mount a mission to locate the Odyssey and, if possible, explore the anomaly. The world, once again, would look to the stars with a mix of fear and fascination. As preparations for the mission commenced, Dr. Nguyen found herself at the center of a storm of media attention and scientific debate. Her name became synonymous with the Odyssey mystery, her face a fixture on news broadcasts and magazine covers. But beneath the veneer of fame, Sarah was driven by a deeper quest, a personal need to understand the cosmos that had captivated her since childhood. The investigation, now transformed into a mission, was about to embark on a journey beyond the frontiers of human knowledge. For Dr. Sarah Nguyen and her team, the stars were calling, and the answers they sought lay hidden in the vast, unexplored canvas of space. The mission to uncover the secrets of the Odyssey and the enigmatic anomaly began with the launch of the spacecraft Endeavour, a vessel embodying humanity's unyielding spirit of exploration. Dr. Sarah Nguyen, alongside a crew of elite astronauts and scientists, embarked on this historic journey, propelled by the hopes and dreams of a world yearning for answers. As Endeavour sliced through the cosmic tapestry, leaving Earth's gravitational embrace, a solemn silence fell upon the crew. They were acutely aware of the mission's gravity and the shadow of mystery that loomed over them. Space, with its unfathomable depths and unspoken secrets, awaited their arrival. Days turned into weeks as the Endeavour journeyed deeper into the void, tracing the last known trajectory of the Odyssey. The crew's routine was punctuated by meticulous checks and observations, each step bringing them closer to the anomaly that had claimed Harrison. It was in the quietude of space, far from the comforting blue of Earth, that the first anomalies manifested. Instruments began to display readings that defied logic, their needles dancing erratically. The ship's navigation systems, impeccably reliable until then, started to falter as if confused by an unseen hand. The crew reported strange occurrences, fleeting shadows in the corners of their eyes, whispers lost in the hum of the ship, and dreams that felt unnervingly real. Time seemed to warp around them, minutes stretching into hours, hours condensing into moments. Then, as they neared the coordinates of the last transmission from the Odyssey, a silhouette emerged from the darkness. The Odyssey, Harrison's long-lost spacecraft, floated before them, a spectral relic untouched by time. Its exterior bore no marks of the decades it had spent adrift in space, a silent testament to the enigmatic forces at play. Dr. Nguyen, her heart pounding with a mix of fear and exhilaration, led a team to board the Odyssey. The airlock hissed open, revealing a vessel frozen in time. Dust motes danced in the beams of their flashlights, and the silence was almost tangible, as if the ship itself was holding its breath. Inside, everything was as it had been left 42 years ago. Personal items lay scattered, a half-drunk cup of coffee, a dog-eared novel, photos of loved ones smiling from the walls. It was a haunting tableau, a moment in time preserved in the vacuum of space. In Harrison's quarters, they found his logs. The pages, filled with his neat, precise handwriting, offered a glimpse into his mind as he approached the anomaly. His entries spoke of a growing excitement, a conviction that he was on the cusp of something monumental. The final entry was abrupt, ending mid-sentence as if Harrison had been called away to witness something beyond comprehension. As Dr. Nguyen examined the command module, her eyes fell upon the last piece of the puzzle. The ship's observation window framed the anomaly, a swirling vortex of light and shadow that pulsed with an otherworldly energy. It was beautiful and terrifying, a gateway to the unknown. The Endeavour's crew gathered, their eyes fixed on the anomaly. They had found the Odyssey, but the mystery had deepened. What had Harrison seen? What lay beyond the shimmering portal that hovered in the void? In that moment, the Endeavour and her crew stood on the precipice of discovery, gazing into the heart of the cosmos, where the answers to their questions, and perhaps new questions, awaited them. The voyage into the unknown was far from over. It had just begun. As the Endeavour hovered in the shadow of the Odyssey, facing the mesmerizing anomaly, a profound realization dawned upon the crew. They were not merely explorers. They were on the verge of becoming witnesses to the extraordinary. The air within the spacecraft was thick with anticipation, each breath a silent testament to the magnitude of the moment. Dr. Sarah Nguyen, with her eyes reflecting the cosmos's enigmatic dance, initiated the next phase of the mission. It was time to unravel the mystery that had beckoned them across the void. The crew, with bated breath, turned their attention to the anomaly, a shimmering, pulsating entity that seemed to defy the very fabric of reality. In a bold move, Dr. Nguyen proposed a daring plan to deploy a probe into the anomaly. This probe, equipped with cameras and an array of sensors, would serve as their eyes and ears, venturing where no human could. As the probe approached the swirling vortex, the laws of physics seemed to warp around it. The readings transmitted back to Endeavour were confounding, displaying fluctuations in gravitational fields and temporal distortions. The crew watched in awe as the probe transmitted images of the anomaly's interior. It was a kaleidoscope of colors and patterns, a visual symphony that mesmerized and bewildered. But it was the probe's final transmission that held them spellbound, an image of a figure standing within the anomaly, unaged and serene. It was Harrison. The revelation sent shockwaves through the crew. Harrison, against all odds, had survived. But how? The image offered no answers, only deepening the enigma. Dr. Nguyen pored over the data, her mind racing with theories. Could the anomaly be a bridge to another dimension? A wrinkle in the space-time continuum? The possibilities were endless and staggering. As they contemplated their next move, a series of encrypted files on the Odyssey's mainframe caught their attention. Dr. Nguyen, with the help of her team, managed to access the files. They contained Harrison's final logs, entries that he had kept hidden from the world. The logs revealed a story that was both incredible and chilling. Harrison had encountered an extraterrestrial entity within the anomaly, a being of advanced intelligence and benevolent nature. It had shown him visions of the universe, of civilizations and wonders beyond human comprehension. Harrison, awestruck and humbled, had chosen to stay with the entity, to learn and to explore the depths of the cosmos. His decision, though made in solitude, was driven by a desire to bridge the gap between humanity and the unknown. He had become a guardian of a secret too vast for the world to understand, a sentinel at the threshold of discovery. Dr. Nguyen, moved by Harrison's sacrifice, knew that this revelation would change everything. It was a testament to the human spirit's indomitable curiosity and courage. But it also posed a dilemma: should this truth be shared with the world, or should it remain hidden, protected from the unready minds of humanity? As the Endeavour prepared for its journey back to Earth, the crew was changed, touched by the mysteries of the universe. They carried with them a secret that would either enlighten or overwhelm the world. The revelation of the anomaly and Harrison's fate was a beacon in the darkness of space, a reminder that the universe was far more wondrous and complex than anyone had dared to imagine. The Endeavour's mission had started as a quest for answers, but it had ended with the discovery of a truth that transcended human understanding. The journey back to Earth aboard the Endeavour was a voyage through a sea of contemplation and introspection. The crew, once bound by the singular goal of unraveling a decades-old mystery, now carried the weight of a revelation that transcended the boundaries of human comprehension. The spacecraft, a vessel of discovery, glided through the cosmos, cradling the secrets of the universe within its metallic womb. As Earth grew larger in their viewport, a sense of disquietude settled over the crew. The image of Robert Harrison, unchanged by time and floating serenely in the anomaly, haunted their thoughts. The entity he had encountered, a being of profound intelligence and enigmatic intent, remained an unfathomable enigma. The revelation of Harrison's choice, to stay and learn from this otherworldly guardian, was a testament to human curiosity and bravery, yet it left the crew grappling with questions of duty, destiny, and the vast unknown. Dr. Sarah Nguyen, whose leadership had steered them through the cosmic abyss, found herself wrestling with a formidable decision. The truth about Harrison and the anomaly had the potential to revolutionize humanity's understanding of the universe. Yet, there was an inherent risk in unveiling such a profound secret. Would the world be ready to accept the existence of an extraterrestrial intelligence so advanced, so beyond human understanding? Would this revelation inspire awe and unity, or fear and chaos? The crew's return was met with a media frenzy, the world eager for answers. As they descended through Earth's atmosphere, another anomaly presented itself, subtle yet unmistakable. A final transmission from the Odyssey was received, a parting gift from Harrison or the entity he had joined. The transmission was a brief video clip showing a glimpse of an otherworldly being, its form ethereal and captivating, with Harrison at its side. His expression was one of peace and understanding, a silent message that transcended words. This transmission only deepened the mystery and the debate among the crew. Some argued for full disclosure, believing that humanity deserved to know the truth, no matter how incomprehensible. Others feared the repercussions, the potential upheaval in the face of such a groundbreaking revelation. Upon landing, the crew was greeted as heroes, their names etched in history alongside the great explorers of old. Dr. Nguyen, now the face of the mission, was thrust into the spotlight, her every word dissected and analyzed. In press conferences and interviews, she spoke of the mission's successes and the technological feats achieved. Yet, she remained evasive about the true nature of their discovery, her words a carefully orchestrated dance around the truth. As debates raged within scientific communities and among the public, the image of the otherworldly being, shared only among top NASA officials and the crew, became the subject of intense scrutiny and secrecy. It was a beacon of otherness, a challenge to the human understanding of life and existence. In the privacy of her office, Dr. Nguyen often found herself gazing at the stars, her thoughts adrift in the cosmic ocean. The mission had answered some questions but had birthed many more. She pondered Harrison's fate and the mysteries beyond our world, her mind a whirlpool of wonder and uncertainty. The Endeavor's journey had ended, but the journey of understanding had just begun. In the vast tapestry of the cosmos, the threads of knowledge and mystery intertwined, leading humanity on an unending quest for the truth. The return from space was not just a physical journey, it was a voyage into the depths of human perception, a journey that had forever altered their view of the universe and their place within it. As the world slowly turned beneath the endless expanse of stars, the crew of the Endeavor found themselves adrift in a sea of newfound fame and unrelenting inquiry. Dr. Sarah Nguyen, once a mere whisper in the vast corridors of space research, had become a name spoken with reverence and curiosity. Her eyes, which had gazed upon the unknown and returned with secrets untold, were now the focus of a million expectant gazes. The conclusion of the Endeavor's mission marked not an end, but the beginning of a new chapter in human history. The revelations brought back from the edge of space and time resonated through the halls of science, philosophy, and religion, challenging the very foundation of human understanding. Dr. Nguyen, in her newfound role as the guardian of these revelations, stood at the crossroads of disclosure and discretion. The final transmission from the Odyssey, showing an image of an otherworldly being alongside Harrison, had become a Pandora's box, its contents a dilemma of cosmic proportions. In the wake of the mission, NASA convened a series of clandestine meetings, attended by world leaders, top scientists, and representatives from various international organizations. The discussions, shrouded in secrecy, revolved around the implications of the Endeavor's findings. The existence of extraterrestrial intelligence, particularly of a kind so advanced and enigmatic, posed profound questions about humanity's place in the universe. Dr. Nguyen, her voice steady but her heart tumultuous, presented her findings. She spoke of the anomaly, Harrison's choice, and the entity that defied human comprehension. Her report, while factual and scientific, was tinged with an undercurrent of awe and existential wonder. The reaction was a maelstrom of emotions and opinions. Some saw the revelation as a beacon of hope, a sign that humanity was not alone in the universe. Others perceived it as a threat, a challenge to the established order of the world. The debate raged, a storm of ideologies and beliefs clashing in a turbulent sea of uncertainty. Meanwhile, the public, largely unaware of the full scope of the discovery, clamored for information. The media, ever hungry for a story, spun tales of alien encounters and interstellar adventures. Dr. Nguyen, the face of the mission, was cast as a modern-day Columbus, a pioneer on the frontiers of the unknown. In her moments of solitude, Dr. Nguyen wrestled with her responsibility. The truth she held could either enlighten or shatter the collective psyche of humanity. She pondered the wisdom of Harrison's decision to stay with the entity, wondering if some truths were too vast for mankind to grasp. As months passed, the fervor around the Endeavour's mission gradually subsided. Dr. Nguyen continued her work, her research now tinged with the knowledge of the wonders and terrors that lay beyond the stars. The image of the otherworldly entity, safely locked away in the archives of NASA, became a symbol of the infinite mysteries of the cosmos. In her final public address on the mission, Dr. Nguyen spoke not of concrete findings, but of the endless quest for understanding. She urged humanity to look up at the stars with a sense of wonder, humility, and an unquenchable thirst for knowledge. The universe, she proclaimed, was not just a vast expanse to be studied and charted, but a reminder of the boundless potential and profound mysteries that define the human spirit. The story of the Endeavour, the Odyssey, and the anomaly became a testament to humanity's unyielding desire to explore the unknown. It was a reminder that the journey of discovery was not just about reaching new frontiers, but also about confronting the profound questions that lie within us. The stars, once distant and indifferent, now shimmered with the promise of untold stories, waiting to be unraveled by the brave souls willing to venture into the dark, infinite depths of the cosmos. We have come to the end of our story. Subscribe and like the video, so as not to miss the videos that we will upload in the future. Tell me, what do you think about this story in the comments? I'll see you in the next story.